everyone. So today we are going to be taking a look at the Starfish Sanseveria, or the Sanseveria cylindrica, which gets its name from the cylindrical type foliage on this plant, as well as obviously it kind of looks like a starfish. So this is in the snake plant family, so if you're interested in propagating this plant, I would go ahead and check out my Sanseveria propagation video, which will be popping up here. However, I would note that whenever you propagate the cylindrica variety of the Sanseveria or snake plant, the newest growth it pushes out is not going to be cylindrical. From my understanding and my research, once the roots establish some more and new growth gets pushed out, it will then be cylindrical. So don't be alarmed if you propagate your starfish or your cylindrical snake plant and you're not getting that same kind of growth. Just give it some time and you should be getting that new growth that is cylindrical. So this is obviously a very interesting houseplant. I would care for this guy very similarly to how you would care for any of your other snake plants. So snake plants in general can tolerate lower light conditions, which is pretty unique. So if you have a little bit of a darker room, these guys are going to do great. However, you can also place your Sanseveria up to direct light, and that will actually cause them to flower, which is really cool. So these guys can tolerate a very broad spectrum of light, anywhere from low light to very high light conditions, and they should do just fine. As for watering your Sanseveria, the foliage is extremely thick, which tells me that there's a lot of water storage in this plant. So I would treat this similarly to a succulent or a cacti, meaning that I wouldn't recommend watering it too often. Depending on the conditions that you're growing it in. I can't really give you a time frame, but I would just say make sure that your soil is completely dry before re-watering your plant, because these are very prone to root rot and they are definitely very drought tolerant as well. So make sure you're letting that soil dry out very well, and you shouldn't really have a problem. Fertilizer, I can't imagine that these guys would be too picky in terms of fertilization. You could use like a natural worm casting, fish emulsion, or liquid kelp, or you could even use like a synthetic general purpose 10-10-10 or 20-20-20 fertilizer. That should not be a problem at all. Pests, Sanseverias are very hardy as well. I have never noticed any pests on my Sanseveria. I wouldn't be surprised if I were to find any kind of spider mites or anything like that, particularly like around the base of the plant, but should be very easily. These are neem oil tolerant as well, so if you want to kind of shine up your leaf naturally and treat it for pests, either prophylactically or as a treatment once you get pests, I would definitely recommend investing in neem oil. This is a concentrated oil from the neem tree seed, which you can dilute with water very heavily and spray it onto your plant and wipe down foliage as well, and that will kill any pests or a broad array of pests. It actually prevents them from breathing and it suffocates them, which is kind of brutal, but you know, we got to do what we got to do. So yeah, super easy to care for houseplants. Again, you can watch my propagation guide if you wanted to see that. I do have other Sanseveria videos, but this is such a unique Sanseveria and so cool looking, I thought I would just share this. But the key points here are, if you have brighter light, I would definitely recommend putting it into a brighter light scenario to allow it for optimum growth and energy production. However, they do tolerate lower light conditions, and make sure you are not overwatering your snake plant because they are a succulent type plant. They definitely prefer a drier soil with just an occasional drink of water. Other than that, you should really have no problems with your new snake plant, so I hope you all enjoy your snake plants and let me know if you have any questions. Something else, this plant is like so heavy. I just got it from a nursery and it's like falling over. So these guys are very heavy. You might have to invest in some stakes or something like that. I just have it in a cool little cover pot that kind of balances out a little bit. But let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.